Back to the tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to learn about the UI development in Android. Okay, so now who is this course for? This course is especially for Android developers who wants to learn the design concepts behind the existing Android UI toolkit, and we will also learn why this existing Android UI toolkit the concepts behind this existing Android UI toolkit are has some kind of a drawbacks, and why there exists a new concept called Jetpack Compose for making UI in Android. Okay, so this is the main objective of this tutorial, is to make you understand. I will first present you the existing Android UI toolkit. Okay, how do they perform the UI development, and I will also show you the drawbacks, okay, of this existing UI toolkit, and I will also just provide you the solution of the future possibility of using. I mean, future is like we already have the Jetpack Compose, right? So why we will need to choose Jetpack Compose for making UI in Android. Okay, so this is the main concepts. Okay, so first let's check how we use the existing Android UI toolkit in our application. You can see this simple application where I have created a simple view using the existing Android UI toolkit concepts. Okay, so what I have done, I have created a simple deep link activity where I have this activity motion binding. This I'm using a view binding where this view has a multiple views, right? Like we have a image view, we have a text input layout, we have the text input layout have others like sub view, which is like text input edit text. We have finally also the button here, okay, as you can see here. And if you try to go and explore more about this view, you will see that this view is obviously extending our parent view, right? And this parent view, if you go and explore, this is kind of a this view class is like a root like of our Android UI toolkit. So this is the most important, like the most basic building block of the Android UI toolkit. Okay, so it obviously it occupies a rectangular area on the screen where it draws the specific UI component like a button or a text field, as you can see here. But the drawbacks is like the scalability, because if you go and check it out, this view class, this is in Java, as you can see here, is huge. Like as you can see here, if you go and scroll down, you have almost like 31,808. I mean, like you can say 31,810 lines of code. Okay, so it has a huge problem of scalability, because if you want to find the bug, or if you want to like solve some bugs, it's pretty complicated, right? Having such a huge code base. And this is one of the drawback. Okay, and this is the first and most important drawback. It's like the Java class is getting bigger and bigger, and it has a huge problem of scalability. And obviously I also like to explain you that when you display a view so the views, it follows a tree structure. So you have a view group that can consist of like if you also have a view group, like linear layout is one of the view group that extends a view group, as you can see here. So a view group can extend other view groups or multiple views. Okay, so this is the so the things get more complicated here, as you can see here, for maintainability and scalability. So this is one of the most important drawback, okay, of the existing Android UI toolkit. And the second one is like, okay, obviously there are some situations where all the existing views that is provided by Android library is not sufficient, right? Sometimes you need to create a custom view. So when you create a custom view, it brings a big problem, as you can see here, because you have to go through all this series of implementation, like for customizing your view. Like you need to override the constructors, you need to inflate the layout, you need to parse the attributes, you need to just implement the getter and setters, like measure the layout, handle touch events. You have to go to all the difficult complex task for creating a custom view, and this is also a second most important drawbacks, guys. So just to take a note. And what else, like and obviously the another drawback is obviously like you need to have a separate XML file. Okay, so this is also another interesting drawback, because obviously in future, like in the upcoming lectures, I will be explaining about Jetpack Compose, where you will avoid having this XML file. Okay, so this is also another big drawback. Okay, having a separate XML file, and also like not only this XML layout file, you will also need sometimes the attribute file, the styles file. Okay, so you need to have all those logics, I mean like the code getting scattered, okay, and like the code being duplicated. So this is also a huge problem. Okay, and so yeah, here comes the Jetpack Compose to the rescue. So obviously there is Jetpack Compose have no separate XML file. There is a better separation of control. It has better improved reusability. So you can create custom views much easier. So all these concepts we will be explaining, and we will be trying to dig more deeper into these concepts. So I will be making more lectures digging deeper into Jetpack Compose, okay, and understanding it in a detail and a more clear and easy manner. Okay guys, so thank you for listening, guys. I will be also providing you some links. I will be providing the Medium link, and like you can just go through it and just ask me any questions. If you have any doubts, just comment below, like, subscribe, and just share if you like this video, and follow my other lectures where I will be explaining in detail about Jetpack Compose. Okay, thank you guys.